As Jeff Jones is cheering for the new Psychic support, we have 10 brand new cards to take a look at from Duelist Advance, so let's get right into it. First up on the block, we have Serene Psychic Girl. She's an Earth Psychic Tuner effect with 500 attack and 300 defense, being a level 2. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn, and if this card is normal or special summoned, you can banish one card from your hand, and if you do, special summon one level 4 Loris Psychic monster from your deck, except Serene Psychic Girl. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Psychic monsters. You can only target face-up monsters, or you can target face-up monsters on the field that have a level up to the number of Psychic monsters you control. Increase your levels by 1 until the end of this turn. A very good starter of the deck, being able to summon any of your level 4 lower Psychic monsters from your deck, and being able to increase levels of monsters on the field depending on how many Psychics you have, is really, really good, and being able to pair with other Psychic monsters that need to be banished is really great. This whole wave of support are retrains of old Psychic monsters, and we have Hush Psychic Minster being an Earth Machine effect, level 3, 0 attack, 2100 defense, and you can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a Psychic monster other than Hush Psychic Minster, you could special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can banish this card and one other Psychic monster from your graveyard, then target one face-up monster on the field, banish it until the end phase. Overall, it's realistically good, and honestly, I like this as an extender for the deck because it gets to a level 3 monster, so you can synchro into a 5, or if you use Psychic Esper, you can go up to a level 7 or a level 6, depending on what needs you need. But overall, already off to a great start with all these cards. Next up on the block, we have Mind's Procedure. It's a light Psychic Tuner effect, level 3, 1100 attack and defense, and you can only use one effect of the first and third effect of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. If this card is special summoned by a monster effect or normal summoned, you can pay 2,000 life points, add one teleport normal or quick play spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If this card you control would be used as a synchro material for a synchro summon of a Psychic monster, you could treat this card as a non-tuner, and if this card becomes banished, you could pay 1,000 life points, special summon it. The one thing that I do want to note, this searches out emergency teleport, which is really extremely broken, and it also searches out the 2 new spell cards that we're getting for this whole theme. After that, let's get into the final main deck monster, being a retrain off of Psychic Blaster. It's a prototype Psychic Blaster. It's an Earth Machine effect, level 6, 2000 attack, 1500 defense, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can discard this card, special summon one level 4 or lower Psychic monster from your hand or banishment. If this card is in your graveyard, you could pay 1,000 life points and banish one other Psychic monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. A very good card, being an extender, and on top of that, being a way to get any of your Psychic monsters out of your hand or banishment is really, really strong, especially with these previous 3 cards that allow you to get more advantage on top of what advantage you already have from previous cards in the whole entire Psychic series. And now let's get into the extra deck monsters. We have a brand new absolute axon kicker. It's a light Psychic fusion effect with 3,400 attack and 2,200 defense. That's a level 11 that takes one Psychic synchro monster and one synchro monster. Must first be fusion summoned. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can pay 2,000 life points, banish all face-up cards your opponent controls. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. And the third effect is, if this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you could banish it, special summon one level 10 Psychic fusion monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a fusion summon. So you're summoning out the previous fusion monster that Psychics had, so that would be amazing. And honestly, being able to pay 2,000 to banish everything your opponent controls is super strong if they don't have interruption. Overall, it's a really strong fusion monster. It is a heavier payoff, but that's absolutely fine on a caliber of Ultimate Axon Kicker's upgrade. So let's get into the first synchro monster of the set, being a brand new Psychic Wizard, being Silent Psychic Magician. It is an Earth Psychic Synchro Tuner effect, level 5, 2,400 attack, and 500 defense. It takes one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters, and you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower Psychic monster in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it, then you can increase its level by 1. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Psychic monsters. If this card you control would be used as a synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner. I love when they do these lines so it can get around the multiple tuner issue, like how you can do with X-Saber Gotams or Visas Aritama, or whichever the Visas level 8 synchro is. So I love when they do that, so you can use multiple tuners for non-tuner purposes. Next up on the block, we have another synchro monster being Thought Cross Archfiend. It is a dark synchro effect monster that is a psychic with level 8, 2500 attack, and 2800 defense. It takes one psychic tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn, and during the main phase quick effect, you could target one of your banished level 7 or lower psychic monsters, special summon it. During the battle phase quick effect, you can tribute one other monster, gain life points equal to its original attack, and if you do, this card gains that much attack until the end of this turn. Very powerful synchro monster, being able just to banish a level 7 or any monster you control, and just being able to gain the life points, so it's a time card. You can also just summon back any of your psychic monsters that are level 7 or lower back from banishment is really powerful as well, so you can extend it further past the turn 3 mark. And honestly, the synchros are really powerful in this deck. I wish the synchros don't have to end, but this is the last synchro monster. We have Psychic Blaster MK2. It's an Earth Machine, or Earth Psychic Synchro Effect monster, It's a level 9 with 3200 attack and 2700 defense. It takes one Psychic Tuner monster and one or more non-tuner Psychic monsters, and you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name once or per turn, and only once that turn. You can target one banished monster, special summon it to your field. During the main phase quick effect, you can banish one monster from your graveyard, then target one other face-up monster on the field, banish it, then gain life points equal to the banished monster's original attack. This is really good, being able to summon out any of your banished monsters, or from your banishment or your opponent's banishment, and just being able just to banish a monster from the graveyard to gain the life points is really good by banishing another monster on the field. So overall, a very powerful synchro monster. I definitely think this is going to be a one of, if not maybe a two of. Now let's get into the spell cards of the set, being Parallel Teleporter. It's a quick play spell, and you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this card, except psychic monsters. Tribute one psychic monster that has a level, special summon one level 7 or lower psychic monster from your deck or extra deck, then if those monsters' original levels are different, you lose life points equal to the difference times 1,000. So most likely you're going to be banishing like a psychic level 3 to summon out a level 3 from your deck so you don't lose the life points. So overall, it's definitely a very powerful card, being able to get the card that you need out of your deck, especially really quickly if you need to divert a path into a different combo. And now finally, for the last card of this Psychic support wave, we have Teleport Fusion. It's a quick play spell, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. During the main phase, fusion summon one Psychic Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing Psychic monsters from your field and or graveyard as a material. And if your face-up Psychic monster special summoned from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished Psychic monsters, special summon that target. So it's a really good card because it allows you to fusion into your new Axon kicker, and it also allows you, if one of your Psychic monsters are destroyed by any means necessary, you can just banish it and target a banished Psychic to summon it back, so you can extend further into your Psychic lines. Overall, I definitely think that this new wave of support is really great, and it also represents what the deck is supposed to do and did back years ago when Extreme Victory first released. But let me know what you guys think about the brand new Psychic support, and I will see you all in the next video.